Right, hello, and welcome. We are just chilling, so give us a sec and I shall get the chat up, and then we shall, I don't know, watch a video. I've had my food, my steak, so it is good. And welcome. There we go. Okay, switch this to live chat and then get the chat. What is that? Go away, Windows. Goodbye, Windows. Blah. That was me, not you. So don't worry. And where is Mr. Chat? There he is. Hello and welcome. Ah, I said banned. Whoops. Alright then. A little bit goofy, but that is okay. Ah, it's looking for the wrong source. I see. There we go. Now it's looking at what I can see. Okay, so I added a new thing. So it says like and subscribe. Well, it says subscribe. That's to like and subscribe. And join the Discord, because it's in description below. Which I will let them know. Live now, chillin'. Smiley face. There we go. Right. So, what's X gotten in trouble for this time? Has there been some drama? I heard that there might have been drama about like React content.
Because of hiring.
Maybe.
Ah.
Theater.
Oh, it's the maid's son. What? So do we have the same maids?
Okay, editor. Jesus. Good one. Good one.
Let's yo. Chad, did you try to do like a delivery job or something? DoorDash, Banana Pull, and
Yes.
This is
Thank
just.
Because there isn't just one main streamer.
Huh?
There are two. Yes.
Huh? Is this a second channel video? I swear I saw this. This is a Reddit recap. Did they edit the video and then re-upload it?
In fact, Millionaire.
Or like upload a different version? The editor definitely seems to be cooking him this time.
Is such a huge part of Nick's stream that if she decided she wanted to pull on the combo move and take 50%.
yo, could nobody in chat could have at least tagged me or something like that? Like anything? Okay, chat. How do you tag it? You guys are fucking dumb as shit. Chat, how do you tag it? Chat, how do you put tags that are red in chat so I could get tagged by red FFZ settings?
How much is your watch?
1.5 million.
$1.5 million dollars. It's the,
What is that?
Oh my god!
how much is your watch?
1.5 million.
If I sit down and actually play the game and do more of overwatching, less like streaming or whatever, yeah, I could have been one of I could have helped myself one of the best players out there for sure.
12 seconds later.
XQC.
Nope.
I know what's happening with your computer. You need to turn on the fan and let the little one go around and around. The current will blow the
chat.
Dorito dust and
Guys, I'm currently
toenails out
plat
of
4
your
chat.
PC
You know what we're doing, chat?
components.
I'm doing unranked fresh account.
Nails.
To top 500.
Nails.
Currently,
Nails.
um,
Nails.
I'm 10 and 4.
Nails.
Shut up! Chat, like some countries, chat, like they don't have Fortnite, you know?
Hog in the back, hog in the back.
Just wanted to say myself to you.
Monkey, help your bridge.
Help who? Help, you want me to help somebody? I'm 1v3 and that way you guys are on point.
Help to keep my mind
I need help!
Your bridge by herself.
I need help! Yo, wife guy! Wife guy! Holy shit! Why doesn't he do anything when I'm actually dying? Why? When I'm actually dying, he's building a tree! This guy's building a tree! Holy shit! I'm coming, Gag Daddy.
What?
What a funny name, though.
Why am I still subbed to this guy?
I don't know what's going on in the Overwatch clips. I mean, I get it. They're fine. I don't know what's going on. I never played Overwatch. So, I just don't know. He is Big Monkey. He punched people. He's very good. I saw him got, what, 7, 8 kills on his clips channel the other day. It's like yesterday or the day before. Which was very cool. Very cool.
So, sub on this, bitch.
Alright then. There we go. That's me told anyway.
What the actual fuck am I watching it? What the legitimate fuck just happened?
I hate you here.
I give up. No, no, no! He's stalling! He's stalling! No! No, 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 no. You're not gonna convince me. I get it. He's actually trolling the game. Let's see if the new clips are good about it.
What?
Was it deleted? Chat.
Best kick clips.
Is there a mirror somewhere?
2 years, punk.
Chat, is there a mirror?
Reacting to The Little Mermaid through the lens of the law. We're adding some value and some commentary that a layman would not otherwise know. And this falls under fair use. It is a react video. He does directly pull clips that he is reacting to.
I don't think you have to be qualified in any way to watch a video. Okay, I watch a video through the lens of someone who's fucking dumb as bricks. Right here, man. Right here. And sometimes, maybe there's value there. Maybe some people want to watch what it's like to process a video the worst way possible, like I do. And they just watch me because of it. And so be it. I don't give a fuck. Who do I care?
Too, but it's a little different.
Yep,
than
that's
somebody
exactly
on
why I
Twitch.tv.
watch.
It's on a dashboard. It is a helpful tool by YouTube. But what are my options?
Like, what is that thing? If you didn't care about the money, what is this? What is wrong with you? I said, I don't care about the money of the YouTube videos. I don't care about money. Everybody needs fucking money, bitch. Like, you need money to eat food. You need money to fucking live, bitch. You need money, okay? If you do things that'll make you money in the end, okay? One way or another, whether it's passion-driven to 100% or passion at 40%, 60% for the money, is what it is, right? But when it comes down to fucking YouTube videos, I do because I enjoy it. And I don't give a fuck about the claims. The money from YouTube is a fucking irrelevant, okay? My editor pays himself from the pot. I don't even know how much he pays himself. He could be scamming me. I don't even know. I don't care. 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 I could be getting scammed. I haven't checked in months. Holy shit.
Well, I can archive this, which just means, hey, I'll get over it.
At one point, we're sharing toothpaste, and we had to stop doing that, you know, because we had 2 different ideas on the way that we wanted to keep those, you know, on our tables.
A-OK
He just doesn't like
hand,
to put the fucking
A-OK
cap back
hand.
on her toothpaste, man.
XQCL.
Literally, I don't get the twisty one.
Yeah, she still has issues with it. It's crazy.
What?
No.
I never put the cap back on.
2 different toothpastes.
You're no cap?
Chat, you know what I do? It gets hard at the top, okay? I push the top, but it's all hard. And I scrape it at the bottom of the sink, where there's like a little button that goes up and down, right? I take my toothbrush and I scrape the bottom of it, the bottom of the cap, and it picks up the paste that's hard at the bottom. Isn't that pretty smart though? Isn't that smart though?
You learned that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Natsumi and the web have broken up.
25 months.
Winnie and I are no longer together. This happened, and at the very least, you take confidence that I've done. Oh, I guess that's a. Oh, Jesus. Wait. What? Chat, didn't they just get married?
Oh no.
Huh? As mentioned, people in the friend group has unfollowed Wendy on social and Twitch. Pretty sure Wendy cheated. She had a glow up with confidence and a weight loss after the marriage, which probably attracted the attention of guys with looks she has not been able to use before. My bet is she could not resist the temptation. However, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know shit. It's my conclusion on social dynamics. guys, no shit. It's my conclusion on social.
Sorry for the D- European English grammar. Yeah, you wrote a book, dude. I think you get a pass on whatever you're writing. You wrote a book with that one. Hey, Commander Tiger. Welcome. How are you keeping?
Dynamics. Guys, the judges on the internet chat, do not cancel me. Please, okay? I always mix up Peter Park and Babel Abe, okay? And I thought this whole ordeal was about Peter Park, and it broke my heart. Okay? But I still love Babel Abe, okay? But I feel like me and Peter Park are much closer than I am with Abe, I think.
It's vid time? Yeah, it's vid time. See, I added a box thing above my name on OBS, so it scrolls now. So it's a thing. We've done something. By the way, I'm good. Good man. Good to hear.
Yeah, so my heart's still broken. But oh shit, I said too much, man. Chat, guys, seriously, guys, I'm not gonna chat. I guess I'm about to go.
It's a very strangely edited video. It's just like
it's
the
the
clip
Rust guy.
channel, but like different.
Oh my god, bro. No, I can't do this. Bro, if I was him and I watched that and I would fucking. You got this. Babel Abe. I am Team Babel Abe. Anyway. I thought you were Team Peter Park? Oh shit. Babel Abe. Listen to me. I know you're listening, Babel Abe. I know you're listening, man. Listen. If you need guidance on that cryptic bullshit, dude, I know the codes. I can speak hieroglyphic through my fucking voice, bruh. Listen, man, I got you, bro. Brother, do not cave in.
Oh my god, the ancient outro. Haven't seen this in like 3 years. Interesting. I was not the video I thought it was gonna be. Oof. Okay, let me see. Where is it? There. Bang. Oh yeah, I forgot. Did I mess something up there? Hopefully not. No, should be fine. That's fine. Whoops. How do I open this? Aha, like that. And then what I'll do is I drag it over here.
Capitalism worse, but it's... So last time on Viper Rambles, talking about potentially debating XQC in the most pointless, dumb, tedious debate potentially ever on React content. So I was just saying that the only communication we had at this point was where he asked my Discord. Then things kind of continue from there. So basically, for a day, it was a lot of me just shit talking reactors on Twitter to varying levels of success. And so
I just noticed my watch later. It's got nearly 5,000 videos in it. Why? Whoops. I wonder if it caps out at 5K. Video likes cap out at 5K.
So we'll get to, throughout this, any developments I've had with XQC.
I wonder what the oldest video on my watch later is.
So Michael, Legacy Killer, you may know him from YouTube, he tweeted out, multi-millionaire socialist streamer explains why...
That's not it. You want me to pull up the meme video? Yeah. I suppose I can put it in the thing.
Get it!
Pause. And we'll drag that over there. How about that? How about that? So it's up here. I don't know if I know who this guy is, because I'm not subbed. But we'll watch that in a minute.
Stealing content and breaking copyright law is cool. And so they gave this clip, which this clip you can see in my video, How a Socialist Made Capitalism Worse. But it's still a Vago clip.
Hold on, I'm going to be back in 1 second.
Of 8,800 Blue Lake Road.
Playing another person's video while he walks off. And so they're just speeding it up for convenience.
Yeah, Hassan's chair streams.
Like, how do you think of your viewers to just stream your break? Dude, what am I supposed to do? Die? Like, I don't...
It's either this or I die! It's either this. If the only thing keeping me from death is C-tier drama.
There is always, in the middle of my day, when my mom isn't there to cook the chicken for me.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. My mommy wasn't here.
I think Hassan is like 35. Hassan is this guy. He's like 35. He bought $1 million house. $3 million house. And he still wants his mom and expects his mom to make him food. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, could you, I mean, pay her for her time? For God's sake. He just wants it because it's free.
Here. My mommy wasn't here.
Oh, not the chicken nuggets.
Okay. So, again, if you haven't seen my video, there are many more clips like this. If you skipped over that 11-minute period in my video where there's just nothing but clips like this, trust me, you missed out. That's ultimately what I added to this, where I just retweeted this clip and I said, Hassan's I will die if I pause a video is one of the best clips. If you want to see more of Hassan defending his exploitative business practices by arguing, it will all trickle down, I have a great video for you. How a socialist made capitalism worse? And I linked it. Got like 9,000 likes, 725,000 impressions, which is good. My ultimate goal as like a side hobby for like the rest of my career, which will hopefully be like the next 20, 30 years, is just to get this video to like, I don't know, 2 million views or something. It will do nothing, but I'll have done at least something at that point. That's a good number, right? I'll have had some tiny impact on one of the worst people in existence. And that's all you can kind of hope for. We got to work together. If everyone had a tiny impact against the bad people, then things would get better. If you don't know, XQC and Hassan have a little bit of beef. They each want to be the most exploitative person on the platform, and obviously that's a hefty competition and they can butt heads on that issue sometimes. I'm being facetious, they have other reasons why they dislike each other. This is Ostenox Editor talking about something that XQC said, summarizing XQC's position as, it's your job to DMCA me if you want to be paid for your work.
Ostenox is Hassan's, editor? But he's brain dead. He is brain dead. His brain doesn't work. It's just, anything he says is possibly the dumbest thing you could ever think. It's
calling that
crazy.
An insane take. But if you've seen the video that I previously just talked about, this is also Hassan's take. He doesn't have to pay you for any of the labor at which he takes from you. He doesn't have to pay anyone for anything that anyone does. And if they want to be paid, they should reach out to him. Everyone in the world should be always cognizant of whatever Hassan's stealing, so at any point in time they can say, actually no, I'm not okay with that, can I have some money? Doesn't ask for permission. Hassan believes it's everyone else's responsibility to work to get paid for their work. I've never heard of a person unironically say that if you didn't want me to steal your stuff, you'd hide it better.
No, they made the choice. The choice is like, I want this video to be seen by as many people as possible. Because if they don't want the video to be seen by as many people as possible, some things that they can do: unlisted link just for your friends, privating the video. Okay, these are the choices you can make. But as far as like your content being fucking seen by other people, I guess you could DMCA them, but that would be really fucking stupid to do. Don't make me DMCA your bitch asses. Motherfuckers are literally posting my YouTube videos from my fucking Twitch, stealing this shit because I allow them to, so they can make money off of it, just to make me look fucking bad or shit on me. What the fuck is this? Send me all the videos.
Hassan. Destroy your.
Send me all the fucking videos of the Hasanabi Clips Industrial Complex talking shit, and I will fucking destroy them. I will purge them.
Consent memes.
Well, if consent is the fucking main point here, they do consent. Most of the people would fucking absolutely consent. But isn't that the entire point of the Psychos Manifesto, that you're asking for permission afterwards instead of before? Yeah, because it would be fucking virtually impossible in real time when a fucking chatter's like, yo, you need to watch this video, it's really good, it's blowing up, whatever the fuck. And then I actually click on it and I watch it for me to be like, oh, I wonder if this is going to be okay.
Nobody gives a care about the fate of labor as long as they can get their instant gratification.
So I say to this in my small little essay here, Austinox is an editor for Hassan Piker, a man who spends most of his time watching entire YouTube videos to farm Twitch recommendations and avoid doing any work himself. He further encourages his legion of unpaid interns he calls his Hassan Clip Industrial Complex to re-upload other people's videos with Hassan's face in the corner so Hassan can farm YouTube recommendations as well. To be clear, he has also, throughout his career, re-uploaded entire videos to his main channel as well. Claims that Austinox has made, to the contrary, is entirely a lie. Because obviously Hassan, back in the day, didn't have editors, and so would upload the stuff himself, seemingly at the very least. Or either that, or he had people who would just not care and whatever. It's a fairly modern advancement where he would do the bare minimum and cut down other people's videos rather than re-uploading the entire thing, which, to be honest, isn't much better. In a single year, just one of these channels, speaking of those who upload Hassan's reactions, that he inspires to exist, has a full 649 full unedited video re-uploads with 57 million views. Another one has 296 videos, but there are dozens of these channels. If YouTube ever gets deleted, the first person Google will call is Hassan to ask if they can get a copy of his Twitch footage to rebuild the site. To quote Hassan, I react to a lot of content, and I react to a fuckload of content.
I do react to a lot of content, and I react to a fuckload of content. Make 10 hours of high quality original content a day.
Good. You want to make Hassan react content? Just put a logo down the bottom, maybe an empty chair, and then watch the entire video. Just let it play, leave the room, and never return. Hassan. An inspiration. Definitely. Wow. Couldn't find a better person. No, that's sarcasm, but yeah.
It's so stupid, man.
Hassan sitting back and watching his unpaid interns, actual content creators, work hard so he can farm Twitch and YouTube recommendations is the only reason people know his name today. He has no talent, he has no skills, which is why he is forced to steal for a living. The man has literally built himself a career robbing other people blind and pocketing all the stolen wealth as he re-uploads videos to pull impressions and viewers away from everyone else in the market. I'll be
Well, I mean, he is a socialist. So, it kind of fits. It's okay to steal things until you become the bourgeoisie. Then don't steal from the bourgeoisie. Says Hassan from his $3 million mansion with his green Porsche sitting outside. Good Lord above.
First to admit here, this is repetitive. If I didn't have Twitter Blue, definitely would have cut this down. I go on to say, to each according to their contributions, my ass. This is like the central kind of tenet of socialism. If you're going to summarize it in any way, that's it. You both are the embodiment of everything that is wrong with the world, gross hypocrites. If anyone wants to hear about Hassan Piker's trickle-down theory of social media, look up How a Socialist Made Capitalism Worse. Linking it just suppresses the post. Source, I am a voice actor for GTA 6. Someone actually asked me, why in serious posts do I still say I'm a voice actor for GTA 6? In part because I think it communicates that I'm not taking this too seriously, but also because it probably leads to at least some additional people seeing the post, because often GTA 6 will trend, and so these posts will appear there. It's actually against Twitter's terms of service to just randomly put words in and stuff that aren't relevant to what you're doing, just to try to game the hashtags or whatever. But for me, this is relevant. It's an ongoing meme, and it's funny, and it's important to my jokes. Still keeping that joke alive. Love it. I will keep it alive forever. Until the very day GTA 6 comes out. Spoilers, I will pick some random guy, do an impression of that guy, and be like, see guys, that's me. I further go on to say, still about Osternox here, I can't get over this. This is a Hassan editor literally criticizing a XQC take that Hassan has also made. Not just once, but multiple times. Hassan has stated endlessly that it is everyone else's responsibility to follow what content he is stealing at all times so they can inform him if they don't like it. As Hassan says, if I have to ask for consent, then I can't do whatever I want whenever I want. To loosely quote the man.
But isn't that the entire point of the Psychos manifesto, that you're asking for permission afterwards instead of before? Yeah, because it would be fucking virtually impossible in real time when a fucking chatter's like, yo, you need to watch this video, it's really good, it's blowing up, whatever the fuck.
This level of self-delusion is on a level I've never seen before. It is in this video. How a socialist make capitalism worse. I will link, I have thought about just following Osternox, and every single time he tweets anything, just being like, hey, have you seen this video? It's a pretty good video. I don't want to spend that much time on Twitter. Associating too much with someone like Osternox would be, that kind of grime rubs off on you, right? I want to be able to smile
you don't
to some degree.
Osternox.
So during my previous live stream, towards the end, when I was talking to people, doing rambles, answering AMA questions, someone in chat said that XQC had been shit-talking me or whatever, saying that I was running from the debate. And I was like, this sounds like just bullshit that people in chat say to start drama or whatever. But my mods were like, oh, but multiple people have come in and said that over the course of this time. And I'm like, well, it could be true. It could not be true. But regardless, this is a good opportunity to make some good jokes and stir the pot a little bit. So I was like, on Twitter, I was told XQC was talking shit on stream, that I am running away from our debate. I'm therefore leaking our DMs. This shit talking could be false, as his viewers just claim this to be so, but that doesn't matter, as I find our DMs funny, so I'd leak them regardless. I never thought I'd be asked, are you a communism? But here we are. Source, I am a voice actor for GTA 6. And so I made like a small 5-minute video here, kind of summarizing what's going on. Why did I run from XQC? What do you mean? Did he respond? Can't talk to him today because I'm tired as balls, but unless he's named something other than XQC on Discord, he hasn't added me. He asked for my Discord. What am I meant to be doing if he's not going to add me? If you give me a clip of him actually claiming that I'm running or something, I will escalate and talk shit more. So this is our entire conversation for the debate so far. Give me your dis off. Discord. Hello, my Discord is Dark Viper AU. I have been sick for the last 2 days, and so I am very behind in my work, but we can probably squeeze in a chat at some point. My mod has informed me about some content on your live stream today. What XQC did to the video is watch the intro till 40 seconds, jumps to 11 minutes and 10 seconds, watched it till 11 minutes and 22 seconds, then jumped to 16 and 21 seconds, and watched till 18 minutes. And then he clicked off and watched Ludwig. So in other words, he had a video in front of him of all my points of view, and he could watch maybe 2 minutes. And not even 2 minutes in a row. Let me show you the 30-second intro to the video that is probably indicative of the quality of debate me and XQC could possibly have.
Impressions, exposure, always 100% disturbed. What? What? Did you ask the apple if it wanted to be picked up? Yeah, you're like a sexual harasser. You're like a sexual predator. What? How does that make sense? And it's like, dude, your analogy doesn't play this as an analogy. Nope. Trickle down fucknomics. Whatever he said. How do you call that? Reactnomics trickle bound. What the fuck is that? Wait, is he actually a communism? What the fuck?
Is he a communism?
For the record, no, I'm not a communism. So I said to him, what exactly are you hoping for here with me? Do you desire that I merely repeat what I have already said in videos that you refuse to watch? My guy, the essay the videos came from is like 150 pages long and took 2 months to write. Be a tough summary. You say, I've heard this complaint a million times and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles just to fall flat on their face. But you have the attention span of a fly on cocaine. Who on earth has held your attention long enough in the past to even have a chance at explaining the complex and sometimes boring topic of the distortionary market effect of reaction content? Should I come prepared by having half my cam comprised of Subway Surfers and be at the ready to jingle my keys whenever you are bored? You literally watch YouTube videos for a living. You could stand to watch just 2 more. And so I linked the 2 videos that explain my point of view. It would save us both heaps of time. Watch them both in your own time, maybe jot down an idea or 2 you don't understand, and we can talk about it. If you prefer, we can watch them together, and I will hold your hand. All I asked him is, what are we debating on? And why? And how do you expect to have a debate with me if you can't sit still for 2 minutes and listen to me? And if you don't want to debate on my views, which I can present to you in these videos, we can watch the videos together. And you can object to them in real time. And I would say, hey, this is why you're wrong. Or hey, this is when it's going to be addressed in the video. Did I really expect XQC to read all that? That's the problem. If he can't listen to me, like if my sentence is too long and he would just zone out, what's the point? If he is legitimately talking shit, I will leak these DMs. He has not added me on Discord. He has not responded back to me, asking what are we debating on and why were you not like engaged with the material that
How much more? Few minutes. We're at 1330 out of 2020. This is just some drama. I'm having a
explains
great
why
time.
you're wrong are perfect questions to ask.
That's because I'm sub to Mado, which is Dark Viper AU over here, and I'm sub to X as well. So it's like, this is just interesting. But we're getting there. What is this? This is memes for like a million years. So I might watch a bit of this, but I probably won't watch the entire thing. I'll finish
At the
this
beginning of a
first,
debate, are you expecting me just to come on stream and explain things that you yourself could watch? Because I'm not going to explain them better in real time than I do in those videos. As I say in those videos, he has every right to react to those videos if he wants to, because they are response videos directed to him in some way. They involve him, his positions on things he said. I don't think it's in his best interest to react to them, because it'll make him look like a fucking fool, but he can do it. He's not skipping over large portions of the video because he just really wants to know what's right. He's not talking shit now because he has any real interest in debating me. As I explained in my video of how we got to this point, I do think that talking to XQC for any amount of time would be extraordinarily taxing. It doesn't provide me any advantage in regards to my business, and it would ultimately be a very thankless task. But I do think it'd be very funny. All of this is to some degree memeing. I obviously don't respect XQC, and I certainly don't respect his intelligence, or lack thereof. But I am perfectly willing to waste my time debating him for that meme. In the same way that I have been calling myself a GTA 6 voice actor for months now because I like long memes, I will debate him just for the meme. The man is going live saying no one can possibly contradict my ideas. I can't be challenged, and then goes and looks at a video that contradicts his ideas and skips through the entire thing, doesn't watch it, and then moves to something else. In terms of changing people's minds, debates are the least efficient thing a person can do. But they can be funny. I would be perfectly willing to sit for an hour as XQC splurgs out and tries to say a single sentence, and I would just nod my head and go, yes, okay, very good, sir. Us being in a Discord, that is the only value to be had. I've already written extensive essays on the topic that he won't read, and neither will his audience. I am not kidding when I say I am physically ill. I have communicated this in the last 3 live streams that I've done. But even in this state, even on my worst day on this earth, if you hit me in the head with a brick, I still think I could match wits with XQC. But to be fair, I don't think there's a single person above the age of 12 who couldn't achieve that feat. I'm not bragging. I like that end, but the video was too long. Like, for the Twitter attention span, like, the amount of people who got through that entire thing, probably very small, right? I clear up down here. To be clear, the meme is that I'm memeing that I'm a voice actor in GTA 6. This is because I am actually a voice actor in GTA 6, and I have to pretend it is a meme for legal reasons. Source, I am a voice actor in GTA 6. Just full clarification. I'm joking about joking. So XQC responds down here. Bro, I deal with 200 things per day. The man, like, streams, like, sometimes like 14 hours a day. And during that, watches YouTube videos. Like, where is he fitting these 200 things into? In his dreams. A quick Google search will get you there. Get me where? What is he talking?
You gonna watch the FNAF movie? It's coming out Halloween. No, probably not. because FNAF was never a thing I really ever got interested in. It's like it exists, but it's like a sphere that I was never in. It's like, yeah, I just avoided it. I missed it. Because I think FNAF was FNAF on consoles, or was it just a PC thing? I think it was just a PC. I think it might have been just a PC thing for a while. It's only in the last few years it might have gone on console. But I didn't have a PC and that was capable of playing video games until 2017, 2018. And by then, I mean, I was just playing other things. Gotta play GTA 4 for the 5th time. Because it's good. So, that's what I was doing instead of FNAF.
Talking about? He asked for my Discord. He wanted to add me. Where am I going? What could he possibly be referring to? He's like, yeah, man, let me get your Discord, I'll add you. And then just like, bro, why are you not Googling things? I'm still not sure where he thinks I'd be going.
I deal with 200 things a day. I sent you 3 words. I woke up to what looked like a Bible. I closed my phone, drank a beer, didn't care that much. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. When you send someone, like, hey, what's up, and they send you a book, you just leave. You just leave. We're not reading all that. There ain't no time to read all that.
Oh, why? I sent you 3 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He sent me 5 words. I woke up to what looked like an extract of the fucking Bible. An extract of the Bible? This is like what? Like 4 paragraphs.
I mean, to be fair, that's a lot. I'm not reading that. It's a PC thing, and FNAF recently got on console. Yeah, so that's probably how I missed it. Because instead of getting a PS5 or waiting for a PS5, I just went from PS4 to PC. Because it's the obvious choice. I mean, my friend got a PS5 when it came out. There still isn't any games for it. I mean, what's he play? Red Dead and FIFA? Maybe GTA 5? I mean, one of them is a 15-year-old game. So, good lord. And it was what, like $600 for the PS5? I mean, my PC, I just got a pre-built. It was like $800, but that comes with a DVD player, the CD player, CD-ROM drive, which is about $200 on its own anyway. That's how they pump the prices on PCs. Because it's like a $50 part, but they put it in there, call it $200.
Squished into a column. You can read this in like 2 minutes. And it gets funnier. I closed my phone and drank a root beer. It's not that serious. This is literally the most important event in your life. You get to speak to the first confirmed voice actor for GTA 6. You will tell your grandkids about it, mate. Kids, I not only met him, but he wrote me the Bible. It was unreal. An extract of the fucking Bible. What the fuck? So, this person, Thomas Peterson, responds to XQC as well. Won't read for 2 minutes, but will watch someone else's work for 90 minutes. Incredible.
Yes. That is exactly, that is what you do in the modern era. You do not read books. You watch a video of someone reading the book. It is much easier to watch a movie than to read a book. Now, you can get good at reading books, but, watching a movie, you don't have to practice or know words. You can just kind of watch. So it's a lot easier to just watch things than it is to read things.
And so XQC responds to this. One gives me a headache, and the other one cures it and prints paper. This is a no-brainer, literally. It's almost like he's talking about himself there, but
reading hard, must watch Subway Surfers gameplay 24/7.
Exactly. So
My abs hurt more than looking directly at the sun. Were you lifting today? Lifting some weights or something?
if we go back, his very first claim about why he does reaction content was simply, I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it. It's not complicated. I just want to watch a vid with my people. No other reason than that. But now he's like, hey man, it prints paper. Why wouldn't I do it? Man's got $100 million. 100 million, more than that. Was already making like $10 million a year. Could not read a DM that he himself asked for because it doesn't make him enough money. Even after getting a $100 million contract.
Yeah, it was going 80s. Nice. That is a lot. 80 kg. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'd probably just lift like 20s. I don't go to the gym. Like, I work at a gym. I don't go to the gym. I'm losing a bit of weight, so I eat steak once a day, and that's my food. And that's grand. So you lose weight pretty well, and it's probably cheaper for me to buy some weights than it is to actually get a subscription to the gym up by me. So I might do that once I've lost my big plague belly that we all got for being told to stay inside for 2 years. Oh well. And then that'll be grand. It's max PR. 80 kg? Not too bad. Not too bad. That's pretty good. I don't think I'd be able to do 80. Not in this day. Maybe after 3 months of lifting, maybe I could do like 3 reps. But you know, it takes time to get that good. For a guy, it takes 2 years to build his dream body, but for a woman, it's in hours. Yeah, but I mean, it's yeah. It's mostly just about what you eat. Gotta eat the right things and not too much. I don't count calories or anything. I just go by weight. You know, what is it? It's meat. It's one steak. There's 4 steaks in a pack. It's 600 grams. Great. That's like 120 grams. I'll just eat the steak once a day. Great. That's lovely. Go to work, do everything, and you'll just naturally just lose weight anyway if you just don't eat that much. Been hitting the gym for 2 years. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Don't lift too much and blow out your arms, but I'm sure you know that. After 2 years of being at the gym, you're probably pretty competent. Because I know it's I know a lot of it is a technique. You've got to get the technique right before you do the weights. So get good at lifting it. And I have no practice. I'll go and I'll lift the heavy thing, and that's about it. That's about it. I don't do much.
still needs to rip people off for money. The level of greed, insane, could not be fathomed. I respond to this little interaction between Tom.
You almost did that the other day. Nearly blew your armor. But I mean, was it 15 lifting 80 kgs? I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What, 5 years? 5 years, 6 years, 21? You'd probably lift 160. Maybe 100. Or 120. 120 to 160. Depending on what you want to do. Didn't wear wrist wraps and almost tore my bicep. Well, won't be doing that again. Always strapping up.
Thomas and XQC. Did XQC, the soon to speak to a voice actor for GTA 6, just admit to the world that reading for even 2 minutes gives him a headache? Not only is that strange in general, it is downright stupid to openly admit that. Dexerto, you cover this low-level journalism.
Reading 2 minutes gives him a headache. Yeah, that's normal. He could have dyslexia. That is very normal. Me, I see a block text. Even reading a book, I can go down to the 3rd line and then all the words jumble. And then that's why I don't read. Like, nah. Like, I can read a screen pretty well. But reading a book is just like, nah. Can't do it. Messes with my eyes. Just annoys me. So I just don't do it.
Journalism, right? Just memes. I like it. Chuckled a little bit. Is XQC a bad person? Fucking obviously. So that's where it ends in terms of updates with XQC. That might be the end of it, unless he does something else. I'm not sure. There, of course, is a little bit more discourse.
A little bit
related.
more. A little bit more discourse.
I saw Josh Strife Hayes tweet out, do I spend 3 weeks making an original video, playing a game, analyzing it, scripting, re-scripting, recording, editing, uploading, and hoping the video does well? Or do I react to 100 videos other people have made, upload the reactions, and make roughly 100 times more money? Such is the dilemma. And he says here, I am this close, to say a small amount, to starting my React streamer arc. As I say, especially when you aren't doing well, it is very hard to, I'm not saying Josh doing that terribly, but I mean, the worse off you are, the harder it is to be ethical in some way, or more considerate of other people, especially when potential harm is fairly invisible, right? The unfairness you create isn't super obvious. It's not like you're shooting a person in the face and taking their money, even if you will, to some degree, negatively impact a wide amount of people with doing what you're doing. I've often said, like, morals are kind of the domain of the wealthy, in a way. Or rather, because obviously not every wealthy person is moral, I just mean that the more resources you have and the more options you have, the easier it is for you to act with care and consideration of others. If a person's starving, you can understand why they steal a loaf of bread, basically. So we ended here. Thank you for watching and joining me on my new channel. I wish you all the best.
Okay, and we got an outro. He took the outros out for a while. Alright, what is this? Memes. That's all. We'll go for... Right.
My viewers have perfect timing, and I can't laugh. I watch a funny compilation of videos and try my best not to laugh. But my viewers are just waiting for the perfect moment to play a meme sound and make it even harder for me not to laugh. And in this video, they nailed a couple perfect ones. Now let's get started.
I'm gonna be real. I might watch 5 minutes of this and then we'll see. Cause this was content I watched when I was, what, like 15 or something? Back in 2015. Back in 2015, this was huge content. You'd watch this every day. Obviously with a different guy like 10 years ago, but same audience, same audience. It is what it is.
What could go wrong? This video is another one from Juicy Life. It's called Funny.
Get on with it.
What the hell? What was that? It's gonna be. Bro is gone. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good. Yo, I love pizza.
Fatality.
Huh?
I hope not. There it is!
No. No. Let me just... Daily
Fresh
juicy
juice.
memes. Here we go. This is a video to watch instead. It's the same kind of content, but it's much more interesting to me. Why not? The over-edited, let's zoom in every time on my reaction. It's like, no, just do the video. I don't like things flying around the screen. It bugs me. But MemeNet's pretty good.
Juicy memes. Every day 7 PM British time. Teachers after telling kids to not eat in class. When you use the wrong equation, but still get the right answer. Me waiting for New World event to make memes about. Teachers after telling kids not to eat in class. When kids call old Doom-like games boomer shooter, but you were born the same year the original Doom came out. BioShock Infinite walked so Overwatch could run. People who don't know what that means. People who know what that means. When a girl texts you at night, I'm a totally different girl, this is what I imagine. Scientists. Drug addict. Gifted kid. Fiance wants to see Taylor Swift for our 1-year anniversary. One ticket cost $51,194. Spit hot food back on your plate. Keep it in your mouth while it burns. When you ask your girlfriend to try something new in the bedroom. I have to wash my hair. My third cousin is coming to town. I need to clean the toilet. My hamster needs a good washing. I need to double check the expiration date on my milk. There's a disturbance in the force. I'm being deported. Me going to a sketchy website. My ad blocker about to save me from dozens of pop-up ads. The fridge's door, when you try to open it 2 seconds after closing it.
Yup. And that was like 2 minutes of memes. That's all I'm doing. That's all we get. That's all we get. Right. Let's go to Josh. Should I buy or rent a house?
Opinions on buying versus renting a house. Now I know that's what you all come here for. I know this might be a RuneScape stream, an old school RuneScape stream, but I know most of you are sat there thinking, please Josh, please tell us your opinions on the economic viability of buying versus renting a house. And thank God that you've asked and you've all come here, because I've got opinions, I've got thoughts and feelings, and I very much need you to understand.
Yeah, I would like to understand.
This is going to sound awful. It's okay to rent if that's what you can afford and that's what suits your lifestyle. Because I've met so many people and they're like, oh my God, you should never, ever, ever rent. Okay, look, it sounds great. Buy a house, get a mortgage. Super easy to do, I'm sure. Banks are just throwing mortgages at people, aren't they? But sometimes what you want to do is have a life that involves traveling around more. Sometimes you don't want to be financially responsible for a house. I'm not saying responsible in general, but you don't want that asset. Sometimes renting suits your lifestyle. And some people will say to you, oh, you know, it's dead money, you're throwing money away. Okay, yeah, I get that there is an argument there. But if you are renting, whether it's a room, a house, a place, wherever, because I've rented a single room in a bedsit before, because it's what I needed at the time. I was traveling around, didn't have a lot of stuff. If that's what works for you at the time, that's what works. I think that it's great to be able to say, yeah, just save up and buy a house. But a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that because it's very difficult to save up and buy a house. You know, when our parents used to say to us, stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about. And what we thought they meant was that they would hit us. And what they actually meant was they would slowly destroy the economy.
Yep.
Playing the long game. Respect that. You know? They were like, oh, you know, your generation had it so easy. What we're going to do is just slowly destroy the housing market. Ah, fair. Well played there. Well played, boomers. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming. I thought you were going to do the Zerg rush. You actually went with the slow Protoss turtle. Good strategy. No coming back from that. But look, if you could own a house, great. Try and own a house. It's a bloody difficult thing to do. We grab this letter. It's very hard to do. But it would be excellent if everyone could own a house. That would just be absolutely bloody fantastic, wouldn't it? It's difficult to save up the money required to put the down payment on a house. It's remarkably difficult. I understand the complexity and the difficulty of this. Fuck hype. Give me financial advice with RuneScape in the background. Well, legally, of course, this is not financial advice. I have to say that. If you can save up enough money to buy a house, it is potentially a good investment. Now, of course, some of you are going to be saying, but Josh, we don't earn enough money to save up to buy a house. Listen, millennials, it's very simple.
Make more money.
All you've got to do is stop buying avocado toast, stop going to get your daily Starbucks, which you're spending 50 quid on, cancel Netflix, gym up, hit the lawyer, that kind of stuff, you know? We've all seen the advice on 4. We all know what to do. Josh, you're a millennial, aren't you? Yes. Yes, I am. I did see they're talking about 100% plus mortgages. Yeah, they mentioned that, actually. I had to speak to a mortgage advisor recently. I had to get a mortgage. I didn't even realize that mortgage is life debt. I mean, when you think about the fact that it's mort, that would imply where the Latin came from. Debt you have for the rest of your life. What a fascinating idea.
What a fun thing to think about, yeah.
And they were like, so, Mr. Hayes, what's your job? I'm like, well, I make YouTube videos. They're like, oh, that's an interesting hobby. What's your job?
That is my job.
Right, I can see where this conversation is going to go to.
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting to explain the YouTube streamer thing. Here's something that's very strange. I have reached out to my old university several times to say, hey, on the course was absolutely no information about Twitch, YouTube, live streaming, Instagram, TikTok. And as silly as it sounds, that is actually, if you want to pursue a career in the performing arts, it's a major thing that you need to cover. If you want to be an actor, a performer, a model, a singer, a dancer, any of these things, you very much should at least be exposed to and educated on how social media affects your job. You absolutely should. So I reached out and I said, hey, do you want me to come back and talk to the students about actual life on YouTube, life on Twitch, being self-employed, all that kind of stuff? And they responded, yeah, that sounds great, and then just never got back to me. It's very, very strange. I mean, XQC got, what, a $100 million deal from Kick, and yet none of these things are ever covered. It's ridiculous. They very, very, very much should be covered. I think that if you're going to discuss drama in, or at least performing arts within an education setting, whether it's university, college, school, you need to be educating kids on the uses, the dangers, and the applications of social media. With all this kind of stuff. When you get 100 million deal, get back to us. I'm not moving apart from 101 million. You know? I'm not playing second best. Getting paid 100 times more money in one contract than most people will earn in their life. Yeah. And I think that the reasons that universities don't do this is because they aren't confident in what it is.
It's very rare.
I mean, my university lecturer, God bless them, was a lovely person, but did not have the knowledge that I wanted them to have in the actual performance space. It was annoying.
Oh, yep, this one. Some of these I watch all the time. What is this? What is this? Anti-tank scooter.
I have a serious question for you. You shouldn't bring a knife to a gunfight, but would you bring a scooter to a tank battle? No? Well, what if the scooter came equipped with a 75mm recoilless rifle? Maybe you're still a bit hesitant, but that just means you're not a French paratrooper in the 1950s. The French military gets a lot of memes thrown at them by popular culture these days, which makes it easy to forget just how many conflicts they've been involved in since that one time they surrendered to Germany after just 6 weeks. Thanks to the ceaseless efforts of the Free French forces under Charles de Gaulle, France emerged from World War II still in possession of one of the largest colonial empires in history. French territories at the start of the 1950s included huge parts of Africa, all of French Indochina, and the island of Madagascar, among others. With such diverse holdings, a devastated internal economy, and a military that had to be entirely reorganized after World War II, France was left in desperate need of light, all-terrain vehicles to outfit its colonial forces. Enter the Piaggio Vespa, an iconic Italian motorbike produced by Enrico and Armando Piaggio and designed by famous engineer Corradino d'Ascagno. Italian transport infrastructure had mostly been demolished during the war, and it was essential to provide the population with a practical, fuel-efficient vehicle for day-to-day transport. The Piaggio company had answered the call in 1946 with the MP6, an iteration of the older MP5 Paperino motorbike designed during the war years. As soon as the prototype was approved, the design went into production as the Vespa 98, so called for its 98 cubic centimeter engine displacement. This initial model was capable of a respectable 60 km per hour and featured a 3-speed gearbox. By 1948, over 10,000 Vespas were zooming around the Italian countryside and had gained a superb reputation as rugged, dependable vehicles thanks to their fully metallic bodywork. This piqued the interest of the French military, who had recently become embroiled in the bloody quagmire known to history as the First Indochina War. So far, the lightly armed Viet Minh guerrillas had proven frustratingly elusive, and the jungles of Vietnam were a nearly impenetrable barrier for any sort of armored force. The Vespa represented a potential solution to the French dilemma, being robust enough to operate in hostile terrain and cheap enough to easily mass-produce and ship to French colonial holdings. After careful negotiations with the Italian government, the French military set about modifying the civilian motorbike into the Piaggio Vespa Troupe Aéroportée, or TAP-56, and later 59.
Oh, we found the next War Thunder vehicle! Yeah, baby! What? What do you... This is the seat, so you sit on top of the gun. Holy... I mean, that's a good idea, I suppose. Yeah, it's a gun on a bike.
These numbers refer to the years of introduction. To help it stand up to the rigors of combat, the humble Vespa chassis was reinforced with metal tubes that surrounded the vehicle and cushioned it from impacts that might otherwise damage the bodywork. A sturdy metal rack was added to the driver's shield with 4 large metal bolts, while the size of the front mudguard was reduced to accommodate this modification. Another addition was a large headlight mounted above the handlebars and surrounded by a metal cage to keep it safe from stones and other light projectiles. Behind the handlebars, the standard odometer, speedometer, and spare wheel were present, alongside a pair of sturdy brackets not featured on the original design. These were added as a parachute mount, as the French military intended the Vespa to act as an airdropped transport for paratrooper squadrons deployed behind enemy lines. Given that a soft landing could never be guaranteed, the underside of the Vespa chassis was given additional reinforcements. This included metal plating with a rubber underlayer around the engine and muffler. Perhaps the most noteworthy modification to the civilian chassis was the large cutout in the driver's shield, added for the purposes of holding a large recoilless rifle that could be easily dismounted and deployed against entrenched enemy forces or light armor. It should be emphasized here that the Vespa was never ever intended to fire this weapon while mounted, only to carry the substantial weapon into combat, with 6 ammunition boxes stowed aft of the driver's position. The shield mounting point was reinforced with leather padding affixed with rivets, which prevented the rifle from banging about during transport. When it came time to actually deploy its main weapon, the Vespa's saddle could simply be slid sideways to expose the metal trapeze supporting the rifle underneath. The rifle carried by the Vespa was the M20, a 75mm American design dating back to 1944. The breech of the M20 was constructed to allow the gases from the ignition of the propellant charge to escape through the back of the weapon. This ingenious mechanism was designed in such a way that the escaping gases canceled out recoil created by the fired shell without significantly reducing its velocity. Said velocity was 301 meters per second for the M309HE and M311 smoke rounds, and 304 meters per second for the M310 high-explosive anti-tank round. The M310 was capable of penetrating up to 100 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor, a feat it could perform at any range thanks to its shaped charge design. Unfortunately, like most heat rounds, the unimpressive muzzle velocity limited its accuracy, making hits beyond 400 meters very unlikely. While lacking the ability to seriously threaten heavily armored targets, the M20 was an ideal weapon for jungle warfare, weighing in at just 75 pounds and quite capable of destroying bunkers, trenches, and other light fortifications. It also shared a common tripod mount with the ubiquitous M1917A1 machine gun. Thanks to its robust design, the Vespa could easily carry the weapon into battle, though given the offset mounting point, only a skilled driver could be trusted to do so with any confidence. Amusingly, the M20 was also an extremely common sight on the Vietnamese side as well, having been copycatted by the Chinese as the Type 52 or Type 56. But Viet Minh guerrillas with their Type 52s would never face off against French paratroopers with their Vespa-mounted M20s, because the First Indochina War ended before the Vespa TAP made it into full production. Said production run consisted between 600 and 800 vehicles, the first of which entered service in 1956. By this point, the original civilian Vespa had been iterated upon numerous times, and the militarized version incorporated several of these changes. Chief among them was the substantially more powerful engine from the Vespa VL3 Struzo, aka Ostrich. This was a single-cylinder two-stroke engine with a 3-speed gearbox, with a total displacement of 150 cubic centimeters. Though the engine was unmodified from the civilian version, the transmission needed to have its gear ratios shortened to account for the extra weight it was expected to carry. The carburetor was also changed from a Dell'Orto MA19 to a Gertner. With these adjustments, Vespa could maintain up to 66 km per hour on good terrain, even while carrying the M20. Alongside its high speed, the Vespa could roam far behind enemy lines thanks to its 200-kilometer range with a full fuel tank. 2 extra tanks could be carried on the luggage rack, further increasing this range. Being intended to operate mostly in rural environments, the Vespa TAP was delivered in either dark green or sand yellow. It also came with an optional one-wheeled trolley for extra carrying capacity. The two models of the Vespa TAP, the 56 and the 59, differed only in very minor ways. On the 56, the ACMA badge on the inside of the driver's shield was made of metal, but made of plastic on the 59. Likewise, the carburetor cylinder cover on the 56 was made of aluminum, while the Model 59 sported one made of sheet metal. Sadly, like many other interesting vehicles, there is depressingly little information on the Vespa TAP's service record. This is due to being used mostly in relatively obscure foreign conflicts, such as the French-Algerian War, which eventually resulted in the collapse of yet another French Republic and the end of France's colonial empire. The few pieces of information available do suggest, however, that the Vespa TAP was appreciated by its Foreign Legion operators. Surviving photographs show it being successfully deployed via paradrops, and the powerful M20 recoilless rifle was the ideal weapon for dealing with the light fortifications and armored vehicles most often used by the Algerian National Liberation Army. All that said, there was ultimately only so much that a converted civilian motorbike could do in such a conflict, and the chaotic, low-level nature of the war means that there are no records of any significant engagements in which the Vespa TAP played a large role. Additionally, we are unsure when the Vespa TAP was officially retired from service, though it makes sense that without its colonial empire to protect anymore, the French simply dropped the requirements for such a vehicle in order to consolidate limited resources. At least a few Vespa TAPs were preserved after being withdrawn from service, and have since become highly sought-after collector's items. In 2020, a Vespa TAP 56 was sold by Ruote di Sogno, Dream Wheels, an Italian classic car and motorcycle dealer, for 40,000 euros. Tragically, these examples do not retain the mounted M20, forever destroying the fervent wish of every serious biker to bring heavy firepower to altercations with other motorists. Thus concludes our look at the oddity that was the Vespa TAP. Do you think it was the right tool for the job? How much would you pay for one that still came with the mounted M20? Are there any other civilian vehicles converted for military use that you'd like us to cover? Tell us down in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the Tank Encyclopedia website for more interesting vehicles like this.
Ah, okay. Have they got any more? I mean, this is pretty cool. This is like the early version of dirt bike with rocket launcher. Because that's the modern version of this. Because you see it in any conflict around the world, it's a guy on a dirt bike with a backpack full of RPG rockets and an RPG tube. He gets off the bike and he blasts 7 rockets at the enemy trench. They get blasted. Because, I mean, it's a rocket launcher, like. And then he gets back on the bike and he zooms away. So it's like, it's not that this was a bad vehicle, it's just time passed it by. It's a good vehicle, but we have more modern types of it these days. Let's see. Pocket-sized Predator. What is this? The Milos N. What is this?
When most people think of drone warfare, they are likely to envision something like a sleek and stealthy General Atomics MQ-1 Predator gliding above the skies of Afghanistan and obliterating terrorist enclaves with Hellfire missiles. Others, having paid attention to the war in Ukraine, may think of tiny quadcopters buzzing low through empty streets before deploying improvised explosive payloads on unsuspecting targets. Still others might cast their minds back to World War II and fascinating but destructive novelties like the Goliath radio-controlled mine and Fritz X guided bomb. On the other hand, it is extremely unlikely that anyone will call to mind a slightly dumpy, roughly waist-high piece of Serbian engineering
Oh, look at that.
designed to
That is
innocuously
nice.
trundle around the battlefield until called upon to make its presence known with twin-mounted anti-tank rocket launchers. Yet, with a population of just under 6.7 million and a tragic history of violent conflicts during the breakup of Yugoslavia, Serbia has always had tremendous incentive to embrace military automation. That's why, in this video, we'll be covering the Milos remotely controlled unmanned platform, and, by extension, the various prototypes leading up to its limited mass production. But before we get into the technical details, it's important to emphasize this is an experimental vehicle with a lot of classified information surrounding it. This section will therefore be at least somewhat speculative, and may soon become outdated as the design is iterated upon. That said, the Milos is 0.95 meters tall, between 1.7 and...
This is cool. I mean... God, imagine this thing in War Thunder. This is literally every top tier vehicle in War Thunder. It is like slightly bigger than this, a 25mm machine gun and 2 missiles. Every single top tier vehicle. Why? Because this is fast, it's light, it dies in one hit anyway. You can make billions of them. It's got 2 shots and a machine gun. I mean, this thing is great.
1.87 meters long, and between
Is the video a bit quiet? Seems a bit quiet.
0.77 and 0.96 meters wide, with these last 2 dimensions varying with equipment and configuration. In many ways, the Milos is the resurrection of a much older project, the Milica, which was a remotely controlled weapon system prototyped in the late 2000s by the Jugwimport Company, one of
pretty
Serbia's
cool.
largest military manufacturers. Jugwimport was a prolific innovator in this field at the time, prototyping many different drone systems for different tasks. The Milica was their attempt to create a true multi-role system, able to act as a small transport vehicle, a forward scout, and a weapons platform that could engage light fortifications and even main battle tanks. Although very ambitious, the Milica only made it to a functional prototype before being mothballed due to the lack of demand. But the Serbians were not ones to waste a good idea, and the chassis of the Milica would be selected for a modernization program sometime in 2016. The exact details of this program are unknown, but included substantial efforts to increase the platform's versatility and modularity. While the original was armed with 2 anti-tank rocket launchers suitable for engaging armored targets, anti-infantry capabilities were non-existent. To address this, the superstructure was redesigned and tested with a variety of different armaments, eventually settling on a machine gun and grenade launcher combo. The tests also revealed potential improvements to the suspension, a critical component on a lightweight vehicle that would see a lot of action in rough conditions. The 6 small road wheels on the original design were removed and replaced with 4 much larger ones, and these were later altered further by moving the drive sprocket to the rear and placing the idler wheel in the front. During 2017, the Milica received a major change that would solidify its transformation into the Miloš. After years of militarization efforts, the vehicle's bulky superstructure was successfully removed, leaving only the turret poking out above the tracks. It was this version that would be unveiled to the public during Serbian military exercises known as Steel 2017. Pictures taken of this Miloš prototype reveal the presence of a rear-mounted transmission, while the radio, electric motor, and other equipment needed to power the main weapon systems have been compartmentalized inside the hull. Observational data is collected using 2 turret cameras, one front-mounted and one rear-mounted. A pair of towing hooks are also present at either end of the vehicle. The chassis appears to be of welded construction, but features several plates secured by screws. These presumably cover the electronics and can be removed for easier maintenance. Mobility-wise, the Miloš improves greatly on its predecessor thanks to the redesigned suspension system and rubberized tracks. This, in combination with its electric motor and low profile, make the vehicle remarkably stealthy, able to quietly sneak through soft cover and set up ambush positions. With a ground clearance of about 20 centimeters and suspension able to reach a vertical elevation of 25 degrees or a horizontal elevation of 20 degrees, the Miloš can even enter buildings and climb stairs, as well as cross trenches up to 2.5 meters wide. Details regarding armor thickness for any variant are unknown, but it is generally described as being able to resist small arms fire from calibers such as 7.62 by 39mm or 5.56 by 45mm NATO. The Miloš houses a set of lithium-ion batteries outputting between 60 to 84 volts, giving it a maximum speed of around 4.3 miles per hour. This is reasonably impressive for a vehicle that weighs about 650 kilograms, though it does mean the battery life varies greatly depending on activity level. If called upon to scout ahead of conventional forces, the Miloš might be out of power in under 3 hours, while stationary observation can be performed for at least 8 hours. In a further testimony to Serbian military ingenuity despite relatively limited resources, the turret of the Miloš is a modified copy of the existing remote control combat station for armored vehicles developed by the Serbian Military Technical Institute and PPT. Like the hull, the turret underwent several modifications throughout the development process. When the project was first initiated, the intention was for the platform to engage targets at ranges up to about 800 meters. For these purposes, a single 7.62 M-86 machine gun formed the primary armament and was supplemented by a 40mm grenade launcher. For a while, Serbian engineers seemed somewhat at a loss as to where exactly to fit these weapons, as the machine gun was initially placed entirely within the turret, then moved further to the front of the vehicle. Likewise, the 500-round ammo box was first placed right next to the machine gun in a direct feed configuration. However, this was later altered completely, and the whole turret housing considerably enlarged, with the ammunition stowage turning sideways and linked to the machine gun by a guiding rail. The M-86 itself is a simple gas-operated, electrically driven light machine gun, with a long history of use.
I'll be right back. Give us 30 seconds. I might have forgotten something. Whoopsie. Alright. We back. This is a pretty cool vehicle. Most people associate drones with predators. Yeah, but this thing's cool. Yeah, just imagine being there, right? You're there waiting to see the enemy come over the hill. And it's just 10 of these things. Good God.
Usage on mounted vehicles. The grenade launcher, on the other hand, is an unknown model and features a 6-round drum magazine. On the original smaller turret, the grenade launcher was completely exposed, and was later redesigned to fit just behind the machine gun, where it benefits from additional shielding. When an extra punch is needed, the Milosh can also mount a pair of 64mm M80 Wesp rocket-propelled anti-tank grenades. Although outdated by modern standards, the M80 can still penetrate up to 300mm of homogeneous armor while weighing in at a mere 3 kilograms. The simple, rugged design of the launchers also makes it possible for them to be mounted on the Milosh without interfering with its standard loadout, giving it options for dealing with a variety of light and heavy targets at most ranges. One major drawback of the current Milosh design is that the weapons are linked together and incapable of independent target acquisition. Thus, if engaged by multiple different targets at the time, the operator will have to prioritize each for elimination individually, rather than launch rockets at a vehicle while suppressing infantry with the machine gun. It remains to be seen if stacking up to 3 weapon systems on such a small vehicle is actually viable and not just a marketing ploy. On the bright side, the turret is very mobile, featuring a full 360-degree rotational range, a maximum elevation of 50 degrees, and a maximum depression of 15 degrees. The traverse speed is similarly adjustable, ranging from 0.05 degrees a second for fine-tuning to a blistering 48 degrees per second. To aid in target acquisition, the cameras on the Milosh are capable of a 30 times zoom, letting operators easily spot enemy soldiers a mile or so away. There is also a night vision and infrared camera with a 4 times zoom, plus a laser rangefinder that can quickly measure distances of up to 1.2 miles. Gun accuracy is further improved by a meteorological sensor, which provides such details as wind speed and an azimuth indicator for easy fire correction. But all these toys aren't much use if the Milosh isn't being handled by a competent operator, who can interface with the platform via either a fixed remote control panel in the command vehicle or a portable version that can be hand-carried. Possibly mindful of the potential shenanigans that can and will inevitably stem from the legendary Slavic and Balkan affinity for alcohol, the control panel has been made as rugged and intuitive to use as possible. When direct line of sight with the platform is possible, the Milosh can maintain communication with its operator at ranges of up to 1.8 miles. Under less than optimal conditions, this figure is halved, and in a non-visual situation, reduces further to around 500 meters. Following numerous trials, the PPT was able to prototype an additional 2 variants of the Milosh platform in 2021. The first was focused on increasing the firepower and performance, while the second stripped back many of these features and turned the Milosh into a logistical support system capable of transporting equipment, ammunition, or even wounded soldiers. As of the time of writing, both of these variants are still in testing, with only a few units operational. The first, and arguably more exciting of these variants, is dubbed the Milosh V2, with the original retroactively marked as the V1 for the sake of clarity. In most aspects, the V2 is a direct upgrade from the V1, incorporating numerous modifications, additions, and improvements. Externally, the most obvious change is the suspension, which has gained an extra road wheel, increasing the total to 5. The power plant and battery system have been upgraded as well, enabling the vehicle to zip around at up to 9.3 miles an hour, despite an extra 100 pounds of additional weight. Much of this weight is added by the new weaponry, which includes a 12.7mm heavy machine gun and a pair of 9cm M79 anti-tank rocket launchers. These
I might just
are
have
a
something to
vast
do.
improvement on the
I might just have something to do for 10 minutes once I go off, but then I'll be back on for like an hour of War Thunder. And that should be pretty good. And you can carry me through a few more games. I swear I will try to kill the enemy.
outdated M80 Wesp launchers mounted on the V1, being able to penetrate an extra 100mm of homogeneous armor at ranges of up to 650 meters. reports indicate that further upgrades are planned, with the Dumbfire rockets scheduled to be replaced by Kornet missile launchers. The second variant of the Milosh V1 is far less glamorous, having been designed as an unarmed support and supply vehicle. With the turret removed and the free space converted into a stowage bin, the Milosh L, or Milosh Logistic, can transport up to 200 kilograms of equipment or a wounded soldier in relative safety behind a heavy-duty armored shield. It can also tow a similar weight behind it, although it is unclear if it can do both at once. While hardly a headline-grabbing piece of drone technology, the merits of the Milosh L obviously lie in its ability to save on manpower during combat operations. A crewed ambulance driving onto the battlefield to rescue a fallen soldier just puts more men in danger, while a Milosh L can simply be loaded up and driven back to base at no risk to its remote operator, while simultaneously being a lot cheaper to maintain and deploy. Speaking of costs, it's estimated that V1 of the Milosh platform costs about 120,000 euros, while the V2 costs 200,000 euros. This is quite a reasonable sum for such a versatile system, being not substantially more than the sum needed to train, equip and pay a regular soldier for a full service term in the Serbian armed forces. Given that a Milosh can be repaired easily and safely relied upon not to experience battlefield trauma, divided loyalties, or a sudden loss of bladder control when under heavy fire, the average lifetime value of the system likely outweighs its upfront costs. Showing its faith in the system, the Serbian military has already produced a number of combat-capable Milosh V1s for field trials and further evaluation. There are 12 vehicles in total, and these are assigned to the 72nd Brigade for Special Operation, where they have appeared in several military exercises. There has even been some international interest in the project. In 2022, the United Arab Emirates arranged for a Serbian delegation to visit the city of Abu Dhabi. Although it had never been intended to operate in a climate like that of the Middle East, the Milosh trundled through its demonstrations without displaying any issues at all. As of the time of this video release, the Arabs have not ordered any units, but this may change in the future. Ultimately, the Milosh is a simple yet innovative use of drone technology that lacks many of the problems inherent in more complicated platforms, especially those capable of flight. Designed to be operated by the average soldier with minimal extra training, the Milosh platform neither costs substantially more than a manned vehicle, nor demands an advanced logistics network to maintain and support.
Why was I gone for so long?
A Slavic product.
It's just a bit busy. Had some stuff going on, so that's why I was gone for quite a while.
Straightforward, practical, and unpretentious, focused on doing many things well rather than one thing perfectly. However, time and testing will tell if the Milosh is actually worthy of its high praise, or is just a case of Balkan overboasting. Thus concludes our look at Serbia's first major foray into a locally produced drone warfare platform. What do you think of the system? Does it have a future as either a mass-produced domestic vehicle or as a licensed export product? Are there any other interesting projects of Balkan military ingenuity you'd like us to cover? Make sure to leave your thoughts below, and if you liked the video, consider supporting us on Patreon. Don't forget to check out Milosh's entry on the Tank Encyclopedia website, as well as other articles on similar technologies.
Alright, well that was pretty cool. And that's an hour and a half. That's 21:58. So I'm gonna take a break for like 10-15 minutes, deal with some stuff here, and then come back and play some War Thunder. So like, subscribe, and all that shenanigans, and join the Discord, and I'll catch you in about 10-15 minutes. Bye bye.